This song has the two stanzas which I did sing, and two choruses that go with them, except that the last chorus I should have actually ended it with in the parlor instead of on the back porch. But I did it with the back porch because that's the title. I wanted to keep it the same, but actually it should have ended within the parlor. And then there are an additional 7 more optional choruses, which I guess you could just keep singing after you've done everything else. The last one is dialectical humor in fake Italian, and it doesn't have the same number of lines or the same meter. It has to be spoken over the music, and there's no way I can pull that off, so I'm not going to do that one. But I'll do the other 6 that are all sung, and each one has a theme, which I'll tell you before I sing them. The first one is about cars. I loved her in a Packard and a locomobile. I loved her in a Buick while she held on to the wheel. I loved her in a flipper and we ran into a wall. But last night in a taxi I loved her best of all. Weather. I loved her in a rainstorm and I loved her in snow. I loved her in a blizzard when 0 was below. I loved her in the sunshine underneath her parasol. But last night with some moonshine I loved her best of all. Leap year. From Monday until Sunday, oh, I sure am some chic. I love her, yes, I love her, every day that's in the week. Those 7 days of heaven ain't enough, I won't get sore. 'Cause next year, when it's leap year, I'll love her one day more. In between time, I loved her at breakfast and I loved her at tea. I loved her, yes, I loved her when she took her lunch with me. I loved her after supper when I paid her folks a call. But last night, in between time, I loved her best of all. Boats. I loved her in a sailboat and a big birch canoe. I loved her on a tugboat and an ocean liner too. I loved her in a schooner and I loved her in a yawl. But last night in a rowboat I loved her best of all. College. I loved her in the classroom in Latin and Greek. I loved her in Italian, that's a language she can't speak. I loved her on the campus and in the dining hall. But last night at the junior prom I loved her best of all. And then there's also an instruction here that says, for community sings or house parties, continue indefinitely by substituting kiss, hug, squeeze, etc. or love using words of first chorus, viz. I kiss her in the morning and I kiss her at night. I hug her in the morning, I hug her at night, and so forth. So this song could be used to go on for quite a very long time. and I'm sure it was a big hit when everybody had had plenty to drink and someone was bashing it out on the piano. And it's in C, and it has mostly pretty simple chords. It's really easy to play on the ukulele, and the tempo instruction is not too fast, so you don't have to worry about that. I would have liked to have heard this sung at someone's house party so many years ago. Let's see what it sounded like. Anyway, that's all the choruses that I know of, except for the one that I didn't do, which would sound really bad if I tried to do it. It's a fake Italian dialectical humor, so Chico Marx could probably do it quite well, but I'm not going to try it. Oh, one more thing. I think I looked this up before, and I think I only mentioned it in a comment on some other song that I did. I'm not sure. But the flivver was a slang term for, originally for the Model T. And then it came to be used to refer to any small, cheap, old car. And also eventually came to be used as a slang verb, according to Merriam-Webster, meaning to fail. So if something fails, you can say that it flivvers. So there you go. And then the locomobile, since I have always lived in Texas, South Texas, surrounded by Spanish speakers, when I saw the word locomobile, I immediately thought, well, that means crazy car. No, it doesn't mean that. It was a combination. It was coined from the words locomotive and automobile. So he called it locomobile. It was founded by now where is this? I'm trying to find this. John B. Walker apparently coined it. Anyway, the Locomobile Company operated from 1899 to 1929, and for the first few years it produced small, fairly relatively affordable steam automobiles, and then in 1903 or something like that, they switched over and they quit producing the relatively affordable steam automobiles, and 1903 they switched over to internal combustion, more luxury type automobiles. And here's an example of one of their little steam cars from 1900. And then here's another example of one of their more luxury line cars from 1919. So that's let's see, they were taken over by another company called Durant Motors, which also no longer exists, and then completely went out of business in 1929. I think that's all I have to say now about this. Oh yeah, I wanted to also look up yawl, because I'm not sure exactly what type of boat a yawl is. Let's see here. A yawl is a two-masted fore and aft rigged sailing vessel with a mizzen mast positioned abaft the rudder stock, or in some instances very close to the rudder stock. That explains everything. Here's a picture of a yawl according to Wikipedia. So, yawl is a type of sailboat, even though he already said a sailboat. but y'all may be the only kind of boat that rhymes with all, and that's what's most important. I'll put a screenshot of the dialectical Italian verse in chorus in here, so everybody can see it. I'm not going to try to say it because I'm sure it would just sound really strange if I tried to say it. So there you go. That's everything that I can think of. Thank you very much.